ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। We'll chant Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, verses 1 to 10.
Arjuna uvacha sanyasam karmanam Krishna punaryogam cha shamsasi yachriya etayorekam tanme bruhi sunishchitam. Shri Bhagavan uvacha sanyasah karma yogasya nishriyasakaramubhav tayostu karma sanyasa karma yogo vishishyate jneyasya nitya sanyasi yo nadveshti na kankshati nirvandho hi mahabaho sukham bandhat pramuchyate. Sankhya yoga prutak balaha pravadanti na panditaha ekamapyastitas samyat ubhayor vindati phalam yat sankhya prapyate sthanam tad yogairapi gamyate. Ekam sankyam cha yogam cha yah pashyati sa pashyati sanyasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptuma yogataha yoga yukto munir brahma nachirena-adhigacchati yoga yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyaha sarva bhutatma bhutatma kurvannapi na lipyate naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manyeta tattvavid pashyan shrinvan sprishan jigran ashnan gachan swapan swasan pralapan visrijan brinnan unmishan nimishannapi indriyani driyateshu vartanta iti dharayan brahmanyadhaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha lipyatena sapapena padmapatramivambasva.
From the time we are born till the time we die, from the time we wake up till the time we go to bed, all that we are seeking is happiness. And we are seeking that through action or inaction. When you think something will bring you that happiness, you do to achieve that. You do action to achieve that. That's called pravritti. When you believe something will take you away from happiness, you try avoiding it. You run away from it. That's called nivritti. So, we are pursuing happiness in our entire life. That is exactly what we are all searching for. And some are searching for it through action, some through inaction, And we are also, throughout the day, certain things that we believe will bring us happiness, joy, we run after. Certain things which we believe will take us away from happiness, we run away from. Pravritti and nivritti. So since all of us, whatever may be our color, creed, caste, community, etc., you understand, all of us are seeking only one thing. What is that? Happiness. Now, if you are pursuing happiness, should we not ask the fundamental question as to where is happiness? What is the residential address of happiness? Yes or no? But we haven't asked that question. We have presumed that happiness is in that object, in the world. Happiness wahan par hai. You understand? Why? Because sab log udhar hi bhag rahe. You understand? Subah se sham tak, from morning till night, everybody is running after or running away. Everybody is constantly running. So I must also learn to run. So I am also running. No time, no time, no time. Arey Baba, you should know the residential address of happiness. From 26th February 2026 to 1st March 2026, evening 6:30 to 7:45, we are discussing about the residential address of happiness, how to get there. Baba, no time. मेरे पास time नहीं है. You understand? क्योंकि if I don't run, my colleague would have run more. You understand? He would have run more, he would have covered more distance. Then I would be lagging behind. So how can I do that? No. No time, no time, no time. If you want, you also run with us and keep talking. You understand? So what happens is, in modern world, the guru also has to run with you to teach you Bhagavad Gita. Arey Baba, where is the residential address of happiness? You should know that. You should ask that question. Okay, these people are running. Are they all running because they've got the address? Are they running in the right direction? We come to this lecture hall. We put that, in the Google map. We put the address, PhD Chamber of Commerce and sector 31. You understand? And then it takes us. Whichever is the best route, it will bring you. So you should know to fix the goal. Pata hi nahi. You understand? So you are thinking, it's there, it's here, it's there, it's here. One day you say, listen man, I've been running. Now I have become 50. Now I've crossed 60. I've crossed 70. Half of my life, or more than half of my life, is spent only in pursuing happiness. I can never say that I am happy and I'm continuously happy. I cannot say that. Even if I am happy, it is dependent happiness. It is dependent on something or the other. If something happens to that, it's gone. Are you with me? So therefore, I should ask this question. There's a beautiful poem. Swamiji has never written any poem. But what he has done is, he also got educated abroad. And in England especially. So he's selected few poems and he's given commentary on that and has explained the philosophy through that poem. Beautiful poems. And it's all published in the book called Select English Poems. In that there is one poem. It's called The Pineapple and the Bee. Right? I'm not going into the details of it. We have a lot of verses to cover. Shlokas to cover. And we are going to start weekly classes. You would have seen the announcement. Now, in the weekly classes, we have the luxury of going into the details. Now here, in 4 days, we have to, go through the shlokas in a particular chapter. So, in that poem, there's a bee that sees a pineapple vendor selling pineapple. Beautifully, he's cut the pineapples and he's kept them in 3 rows and he's covered it up with a glass case. And after the bee sees it, the bee develops the desire to go and taste it. And as it tries to enter, there's a glass not able to enter. And he says, the poet says, half of the day the bee wastes and then turns away. It is a comparison to our life. Half of our life we waste. Many of us waste the entire life also without asking the question. But majority of us, half meaning major portion of our life is spent like this. Suddenly we wake up. Because usually the health problems start after 35, 40, 45. Around that middle age, something or the other happens. You understand? Then only you will start thinking, Arey yaar, life doesn't seem to be eternal. So let me do this, let me do that. We keep doing all this. So half of our life we waste. And then we ask. That's why most of the Gita lectures attended by people who are above 50. You understand? Usually very few youngsters come. So the thing is, we are in a hurry. Running. You understand? So therefore, we should ask, where is this happiness? What is the residential address of happiness? It doesn't seem to be in the objects of the world that I am pursuing. Because from the time I started and now I have more objects. Isn't it? I probably didn't have a motorcycle. I only had a bicycle. Now I have a motorcycle. Now, probably I didn't have a car. I have a car. I certainly didn't have a wife. Now I have a wife. I have a husband. I have children. You understand? I certainly didn't have bank balance. Now I have bank balance. I have got good investments. I've got own house. Sab kuch mil gaya. Fir bhi, there is something lacking. You understand? I don't feel like I've found that happiness. I've achieved that happiness. I'm still running. I am not acting out of happiness. I am still acting to find happiness. There's a difference, isn't it? I am not acting out of happiness. I'm still trying to find happiness. So then where is this happiness? It doesn't look like it's here in the world. Okay? And let me see. I've seen an announcement about Bhagavad Gita lectures in the newspaper and social media. Let me go and let me find out if they are able to explain to me where the happiness is. And if you ask me, does Gita talk about it? Yes, it does. Does Vedanta talk about it? Yes, of course it talks about it. Right. So it very clearly says, it is not in the world outside. It is not in the world outside. I told you yesterday, our perception is all ulta. Everything is ulta. Right? Topsy-turvy. We mistake the means to be the goal. I talked about it yesterday. Right? And similarly, we think the happiness is outside, not in, and therefore we are running outside. And we have not succeeded so far. So Vedanta says, it is not outside. Then where is it? It is not inside. Now you may be confused. What is this here? He's saying it is not outside, it is not inside. Then where is it? It is your original nature. You are that. It is not inside. Inside means then you will start putting some probe into your mouth and then go and start searching within your body, within your mind. You understand? That is not the point. It is neither outside nor inside. Arthur Schopenhauer, German philosopher, he says, it is difficult to find happiness within, but it is impossible to find it elsewhere. When he says within, it is not within your mind. It is not within your mind. It is your original nature. Happiness is your original state. It is your original nature. That's what Vedanta says. Okay. First you said there is no happiness outside. Or Vedanta says there is no happiness outside. How do you say? I am contacting an object, I am getting happiness. And you are saying there is no happiness outside. Vedanta says, please think. You are in a hurry. In Vedanta class, if you are in a hurry, nothing happens. Nowhere nothing happens actually. Truly speaking, wherever you are in a hurry, you won't succeed. That's why I put it in our class in a single line. If you are in a hurry, you will never meet Hari. Narayana. Bliss. You understand? All the time we are in a hurry. Understand? So, you are saying, my experience says, when I contact an object, there is joy. I am getting bliss. I am getting happiness. And you are saying Vedanta says there is no happiness there. Think about it. In fact, before coming to Vedanta, I used to be I have an engineering background. So I was working in an engineering company in marketing field. So I used to visit a lot of factories to, for our products marketing. So in one of the petroleum company, the general manager's room is so big, and he had a huge table on which he had a placard which said, by all means, you can smoke in this room, but please do not exhale. You understand? So he doesn't like smoking. So he doesn't want anybody to smoke. But he didn't want to tell directly, no smoking. He didn't want to put that board. Instead, he put it like this. So one person is finding happiness in cigarette. But there are other people running away from cigarette. If happiness was there in the cigarette, it should bring happiness to everybody. Isn't it? Why is it that some people are not getting it? You understand? Similarly, even the person who's getting the happiness, second, after some time when he contacts, immediately if he contacts, the pleasure has reduced. Happiness has reduced. Right? Now slowly mango season will come. Right? You've all been waiting for the mango season. Mango. Right? And therefore, you contact, the first mango is amritam, nectarine. Second mango, happiness reduced. Third, further reduced. Fourth, reduced. And wherever you go, they give mango. Acha mango. Yeah, acha mango mila. Aapke liye, I brought it. Please have it. Please have it. Arey babre. Itna mango. You get fed up. You get neutralized. The same object to the same person, the happiness is reduced. You understand? It's not the same level of happiness. So, this is what happens. We get neutralized. Right? And then you see, okay. So, some people are not getting happiness from the object which others are getting. And the person who's getting also is not getting every time he contacts. So, what is happening? I need to understand this. Why is it some people are getting the joy, others are not getting? Those who are getting the joy are those who have desire for that object. It's a condition. You should have a desire, and when you contact, you understand, when the desire is fulfilled, you get the happiness. You don't have a desire, you don't get the happiness. Are you with me? So, now you analyze that desire for the object before it came, you were peaceful. You were quiet, happy. Suddenly in the mind, some of you may be smokers, I don't know. And I am talking about cigarette, maybe you got the thought now. You understand? So, anyway. So, you now get that thought, cigarette. In a peaceful, calm, happy mind, a thought has come, cigarette. And then, keep quiet. And you're listening to the lecture. Cigarette. Then, cigarette. You understand? And then you cannot wait anymore. You go and light a cigarette and smoke. Shanti. You understand? What is happening? The agitation created by the very desire for the object is removed when you contact that object. then you come in contact with the happiness that was there already, the peace that was there already. But you wrongly think it is come through the object. So what is happening is, it is a reflected joy. You understand? The desire is fulfilled, agitation is reduced or gone. As a result, you are experiencing that happiness. And you think, oh, this has brought the happiness. And then, dil mange more. You want more and more and more. You keep running. And second and third, reduced pleasure. Without it, you feel displeasure. With it, you are still not happy. You don't know what to do. This is called bondage. We are trapped. Okay. And after some time we think, oh, maybe not in this object. Usme hoga. Then, oh, maybe not in this. Usme hoga. Like this we are going on running. When you see it appears, it is there. Because you are seeing it with your desire. You understand? You're seeing with your desire. Other fellow who doesn't have desire, when he sees it, he has no idea that happiness is there. Do you get it? So therefore, what is happening? The agitation brought about by the very desire for the object is removed by the contact. Object doesn't bring happiness. When the agitation is removed, you find happiness that is within. But very soon, because of this misunderstanding, you want more. Mind wants more. So again agitation comes. So you think, I need to get it. This is what is happening. So there is happiness within. That's your original state. But you are thinking it's to be outside. Like, in the night, you see the moon. And you say, beautiful moonlight. Isn't it? In a lot of poetry, this moon example comes. Right? And your face is as bright as the moon. Moon has no light coming from it directly. It is sun's light that the moon borrows. But to you it appears as if the light is coming from the moon. Isn't it? You think the light is coming from the moon, but it is the borrowed light. Similarly, you think the happiness is coming from the object, but it is actually your original state. You are getting duped. You are getting deceived by the mind. You are falling for it. Are you with me? And especially when you are in a hurry, you have no time to discuss all this. Arey Baba, we will discuss this later. Let me have the second mango. Because otherwise those fellows are taking 2-3 more. You understand? I want to grab. I'm in a hurry. Do you get it? So therefore, this bliss is not outside. It is your original state. Now you are informed. But once you are informed, you need to go and get it. Nah? Meaning, you need to go and realize it. You get enlightened about it. You are informed about it. But you need to get enlightened about it. Are you with me? Therefore, those who are understanding this, convinced about this, they say, listen, enough is enough running around. Idhar udhar sab jagah dekh liya. You understand? I thought it is in Bali. I ran to Bali. Then somebody told me it's not in Bali. It is in Goa, in our country. So I go to Goa. Then from Goa, no, not Goa, Baba. People from abroad coming to Goa, not knowing that happiness is there. You go there. You understand? Like that you keep running. And you understand, Baba, listen. Enough is enough. Right? For my survival and transaction purpose, what I have to do, I will do my duty. I will do that. But now onwards, I understand my goal is to find this happiness which is my original nature. When you get convinced like that and you start moving in that direction, in the beginning you are trying to unite with it. Therefore, you are called as a yogi. You understand? Then as you proceed in that path, you evolve more and more. You become a sannyasi. Sannyasi, I told you, there is something called a sannyasi lifestyle. There is something called a sannyasi spirit. What is more important is sannyasi spirit. You understand? Sannyasi lifestyle, it probably is taken by few people for certain reasons. If it's required for you, you may take it. There is no necessity to take it. You understand? So therefore, you grow, you evolve, your mind becomes completely free from the preoccupations of the world and gets more and more tuned towards the higher, attuned towards the higher goal. Then you are a sannyasi. Okay. Then finally, you gain the knowledge, you reflect on it, and then you meditate and you have become one with your original nature. You have now found the happiness within. You have reached that state. You are called a jnani. Okay. So, yogi, sannyasi, jnani. This is the stages. Initial stage, you are called yogi, karma yogi. You do lot more action. Why lot more action? Because there is a lot of desire. See, in our academy, in our ashram, they showed you the video yesterday. Swamiji has founded an ashram in which we all studied. We call it Vedanta Academy in 1988, very close to Lonavala in Maharashtra. It's about 60 kilometers from Pune, 108 kilometers from Mumbai, and only 10 kilometers from Lonavala. And he runs 3 years course there. And some of you who may not be able to go and study there can study online. E-learning courses are available. We discussed about it also. So now, in the academy, excuse me. You come. In the beginning, you are curious to know the knowledge. Then as you study, reflect, the knowledge slowly transforms you. You understand? In the beginning, you want to run around. Maybe you will go to Lonavala quite often. With some excuse or the other. In our academy, you cannot just like that go out. If you wanted to constantly be outside, why come there? And, waste the trust money. So therefore, you have to have an excuse. Either some dental problem, something or the other. So in some pretext or the other, you keep going to Lonavala, Pune, this thing, that thing. And slowly, you don't that much run around. You become more settled. The mind settles. You understand? So I remember a very young boy, only about 15 years old. He had come to our academy because his brother and sister were studying. He was from South Africa. And he had come to join a course in Pune. But he came here to visit then and he liked it. He joined here. He said, I'm not studying that course. He was there only for 1.5 years. He left. But that 1.5 years that he stayed there is like you and me staying there for maybe 6 years. Because he's coming from such an extroverted background, his personal life, clubbing, party, this thing, that thing, and staying there in the academy. That time, I'm talking about 92 to 95 is the time I studied. Right? Now, a lot of things have come around. That time, nothing much. So this fellow needs something. And Swamiji was teaching Keno Upanishad. And when Upanishad is being taught, everybody is in a different frequency, And chanting Upanishad and all that is very inspiring. So very beautifully the chanting goes. Keneshitam patati preshitam manaha kena prana pratama praiti yuktaha. It goes like this. And this fellow one day, I saw, around 11 o'clock, when we all go to do some work or the other, he's in his room, his door was open. I had to go that side, so I saw him. He's put on his headphone, and then he's gluing. And I don't know what song he's listening, but what song he's singing is this Keno Upanishad mantra. And he's going like this. He's changed the whole thing differently. So what I'm trying to say is, there is so much of extroversion in the beginning. You understand? You can't sit down. You need to give it a direction. Therefore, you need to act. Act, not react. And majority of us are reacting to our desires. We are running. We are not acting. We are all doing actions like chicken without head. You understand? That is not action. That is called karma. Then what is right action? It's called karma yoga. You understand? So Arjuna's question here, now I'm building the thought slowly to what we have covered so far. Okay. So Arjuna's question was, you are talking about sannyas, appreciating it. At the same time, you are talking about yoga, action. Which one should I take? And Sri Krishna said, action. Why? Because you are a man of action. You have a lot of desires. Arjuna, in the first chapter, when he argued that, I will not fight, he gave so many arguments and he said, I will not fight. One of the arguments he says, listen, Sri Krishna, if we fight the battle and kill them and get the kingdom, kill them and get the kingdom, then wouldn't the kingdom be soaked in the blood of all these people? My throne would be soaked in the blood of all these people. Therefore, I do not want. Which means what? He's interested in the throne. As long as it is not given a bloodbath. He's interested. He has desire. You understand? So he wants to sit down and enjoy the throne. His desire is there. And in the Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, he says, one who sits down doing nothing, but mentally keeps thinking about the sense objects, he is an hypocrite. Isn't it? So, if you control your organs of action, don't do the action. Sit down. But mentally keep thinking about all the objects in the world. You are developing more desires. You are an hypocrite. So therefore Sri Krishna says, no Arjuna, you have a lot of desires. Therefore you must act. That is best suited for you. The best is action. Majority of us, best is action. And then he says, please understand, when you do action in the spirit of karma yoga, you renounce the fruit. I told you, karma yoga, 4 things I told yesterday. What are the 4 things I said? Arpana bhava, doing action as a dedication to a higher goal. Something beyond your selfish, self-centered interest. Okay. And then that is arpana bhav. Then phala nirapeksha buddhi, without attachment to the fruit, result, while doing the action. Okay. And then samatva buddhi, balanced mind. Whatever may be the heat, cold, pleasure, pain, I will be balanced. And then whatever comes as a result, I accept as prasad. And if I do in the spirit with so much focus, most of the time the result will be positive. You understand? Majority of the time the result will be positive. Even that positive result, I accept it as prasad. It's called prasada buddhi. You understand? So when you function like this, without any attachment to the result, you are not thinking about the result. Whatever may be the outcome, heat, cold, pleasure, pain, even you have got no attachment to it. You are also like a sannyasi only. You are in the beginning stage of sannyas. You understand? Yogi means beginning stage of sannyas. Sannyasi means culminated state of yogi. Please understand this way. You understand? Culminated state of yogi is sannyas. And beginning stage of sannyas is yogi. So he says, 3rd shloka, which we concluded last week, he should be known as a perpetual sannyasi who neither hates nor desires. There is no resistance to what he doesn't like. There is no attraction towards what I like. I have a goal. I may have my personal likes and dislikes, but I will keep fulfilling my goal. So there is neither resistance to what I don't like. There is neither attraction to what I like. So he says, he who neither hates nor desires, for free from the pairs of opposites, Mahabaho, he is easily set free from bondage. Slowly, this fellow moves towards being more of a sannyasi in spirit. Next shloka. Shloka number 4.
Sankhya yoga pratat balaha pravadanti na panditaha ekamapyasita samyak उभयोर्विन्दते फलम्.
Children, balaha. You'll find this word very often used in the Shastras. Adi Shankaracharya also says, balaha, balaha, children, children. See, these great masters are addressing us, adults, as children. We are all spiritual children. Why? We are children not from the positive angle, from the negative angle. What is the positive angle of the child? Child is never in the past or future. No worries of the past, no anxieties of the future. Always in the present. Are we like that? So we are not childlike. From that sense, they are not addressing us as children. From that sense, who is addressed as children? Mahatmas, who's reached the ultimate goal, they are called as children from that angle. The sense, balavat. They put a word, vat. Vat means like. Balavat. You understand? They are balavat. They are children like. You understand? We are not children like. We are childish. How? Children play with toys. It's childishness. Right? We are also playing with toys. Only thing, the toys have changed. We are also pursuing the toys. What are the toys we are pursuing? Swamiji says, name, fame, power, position, family, status, money. These 7 things. Name, fame, power, position, family, status, money. अच्छा, मुझे इतना मिला. अरे, तुमको कितना मिला? अच्छा, मुझे इतना मिला. You understand? Constantly. What we have done is, we have not grown up. We've simply changed the toys. Simply change the toys. So children who don't think, instead of changing the toys, I should change myself. I should grow. In that sense, we are children. Balaha. You understand? So he says, children, not wise. Speak of Sankhya and yoga is different. Sankhya here means, knowledge means sannyasa. Remember, sannyasa means knowledge. Knowledge means sannyasa. I explained this to you yesterday. Few new faces I see today. So I'm just very quickly saying that. When you gain the knowledge of the higher, when you get established in the higher, the lower automatically falls away. You don't give it up. You cannot give up anything. You can only take up something higher. When you take up something higher, the lower automatically falls away. With the petals of the flower, if you forcefully pluck it, will it become a fruit? But when the flower matures into a fruit, the petals automatically fall away. So that knowledge is called sannyas. That viveka is called sannyas. I get the viveka, that there is, viveka means discrimination, knowledge, that there is no happiness here. The happiness is my original nature. When I understand that, then I develop sannyas spirit with reference to the world. Then you understand. So therefore he says, children not wise, speak of Sankhya sannyas and yoga, karma yoga as different. They are not different. He who is duly established to one is in one obtains the fruit of both. The fruit of both is same. What is that fruit? I explained to you. Yogi matures to become sannyasi. Sannyasi matures to become jnani. So what is the fruit? Ultimate jnanam. And at ultimate jnanam, you will get. Yogi will also get. Sannyasi will also get. You understand? Both will get. Isn't it? You are sitting in the front row of a flight. Another person is sitting at the middle. He will get down first, then you will get down. But you will also get down when you reach the destination. You understand? Same goal, both are getting. So there is no need to be in a hurry to take up sannyas. You can't take up sannyas. You have to slide into it. It's a maturity. It's a state of mind which is mature. You understand? Therefore he says, both duly get established in the same fruit. They both gain that happiness, that original nature. Initially you do more of action, then you become little introverted, then you start becoming a sannyasi. You will be pursuing the knowledge more. See, yogi and sannyasi, what is the difference? In yogi, karma pradana ashrama, grastha ashrama is more of action predominant, isn't it? And then you slowly evolve. You say, Baba, bahut kuch kar diya. Children have grown up, they have got married, they have got their children and all that now. So now let me focus on jnanam, because my mind is also not running around. Thoda bahut dekh liya, ghum liya, you understand? I have got everything, fine. Right? They'll be keep on producing new models car. I am not going to go around new models car. I've enjoyed one car, two cars, few cars. Okay, take it. Right? Now let me pursue jnanam. Jnana pradana ashrama. That is sannyas. When you become introverted. Do you understand? So therefore, both, first initially you are extroverted, then you become introverted, then you merge with the truth, the happiness. Continue.
Sankhya prapyate sthanam tad yogairapi gamyate ekam sankyam cha yogam cha yat pashyati sa pashyati.
This line, ya pashyati sa pashyati. Ya pashyati sa pashyati. He who sees it, sees it. The Guru say, I don't know how to make you see. Whoever sees it, sees it. You don't want to see it, I can't help it. So he says, that state which is reached by the Sankhya's, sannyasis, is reached by the yogis. Also, he who sees Sankhya and yoga as one, he sees. That person alone sees. He alone has the right perception. Other fellows are all having cataract problem. You understand? They are not seeing it clearly. You are in a hurry. Why are you in a hurry? Follow yoga. Do karma yoga. See, now another question comes. So that means we should not gain knowledge at all. Am I wasting my time sitting here? That's why I told you. Predominantly action. You see, we are keeping this class from 6:30 to 7:45 in the evening. Right? Now if you join our academy, early morning, 4:15 we wake up. Then we do a prayer at 4:25. 4:30 to 5:45 we study in our room. Then the schedule goes on. Then again there is a lecture by Swamiji at 9:30 to 10:45. And then, we do work, karma and all that. Lunch, rest. Then again study time. Evening, 3 to 4:30. Then tea and all that. Then 6 o'clock, again either a lecture or a group discussion. So much of study, knowledge. If I supposing do like that, even some of you who've come here will not come. Arey Baba, 4 classes in a day? मैं नहीं जाएगा. You understand? Sara काम करके, you understand? I have fulfilled my desires. I've done something to fulfill my desires. I've done all the planning and all that. It's in the progress. Then I've given vent to my extroversion. Then in the evening, I can sit and attend the class. So this is what? Karma pradana ashrama. You understand? From this, when you keep moving, there will come a time when you'll move to jnana pradana ashrama. Is this clear? So that's why he's saying, both are one only, Baba. They are not different. You understand? Yogi is renouncing the fruit of action. Sannyasi is renouncing the action. When you say he's renouncing the action, means what? He's already contributed enough in the world. Now he wants to do little bit, you understand, and focus on gaining more knowledge. He's also acting, but his action is more towards the knowledge. Are you with me? This gross actions is not doing much. Is this clear? So therefore both are same. They are not different. That state which is reached by the Sankhyas is reached by the yogis also. He who sees Sankhya and Yoga as one, he sees. Ya pashyati sa pashyati. Continue.
Sannyasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptuma yogataha yoga yukto munir brahma nachirena gacchati.
This is a beautiful phrase. Nachirena gacchati. Means, ere long, before long, you will get there. See, the biggest problem is the mind is how much ever you tell the mind, don't be result oriented. It will be result oriented. Even in spiritual field, am I evolving? Am I progressing? How close am I to that happiness that you are talking about? Sir, can you tell me? Arey, you just joined. 2 दिन हुआ. You understand? No. I would like to know. Because the mind is always interested in the result. That icha in the phalam doesn't go that easily. You understand? Something else, some promise has to be there. Oh, somebody actually asked through one of our organizers, if I attend this, because they might have seen it in the, what do you call this, social media or newspaper, I don't know. So they called them, said, if I attend this, what will be my takeaway? You understand? That question was put to me. You understand? So, takeaway. Everybody wants a takeaway. When I go, I should take away something. There's always this result orientedness in the mind. It doesn't go that easily. So we are thinking, okay, now that I've come, life is very short. So kab milega? Is it possible? If you touch here, directly I experience that happiness. Then touch me. Otherwise, touch me not. You understand? Arey Baba. So that's why he's saying, very interestingly, but renunciation, sannyasa, O Mahabaho, O mighty armed, Arjuna, is hard to attain without yoga. The stage is, first is yoga. First you have to act and drop the bulk of your vasanas, bulk of your desires. You understand? Then only you can go to sannyas. It's not easy. Sannyas, you think it's easy. See, I'll ask you something. Who is the person you hate the most? I will promise you, I will not tell anybody. You can boldly say, we will even delete that from our recording. Who is the person you hate the most and cannot sit with for few seconds or minutes also? Who is the person? Come on. Take it out. Huh? Very quickly. You only. You try. 1 minute be you are not able to sit with yourself. Just 1 minute. When you go in the metro also, I see, either the fellow is sleeping, maybe poor fellow is tired, it's okay. Or mobile गाना सुनता है, किसी को phone करता है, or he is playing games. Nobody is able to be with himself. Are you such a boring person that you cannot spend time with yourself? If you are such a boring person, how do you expect the other fellow to spend time with you? You want your wife or husband to spend whole life with you? 1 minute you are not able to be by yourself. Something or the other we need. Some gadget or the other. Even in the sleep, we are going on pressing remote or doing this shorts video. You understand? Why? We are not able to be with ourselves even for few seconds. How can you renounce? You will go mad. You will drive everybody mad. Are you with me? Therefore, you are better off being here. Do sannyas. Do action. And then go if at all needed. Are you with me? It's better that you keep all the things and proceed. Err on the safer side. You understand? Beautifully he explains. But renunciation, O Mahabaho. See, Arjuna is a mighty armed person, a strong person. You need to gain this strength within. This is the most difficult thing. Everything else is easy. So Mahabaho is hard to attain without yoga, without the karma yoga, without the path of action. So therefore, you're better off being in Grihastha Ashrama, a sage, muni, well established in yoga. A sage muni well established in yoga attains Brahman erelong. You understand? Attains Brahman erelong. Here the word Brahma is interpreted as Brahman, right? Brahman means the ultimate goal. See, when we use the word Atma, it is with reference to the individual. The same thing when we use with the total, we use the word Brahman. So Atman and Brahman means one and the same. So one who works in the world in the spirit of Karma Yoga, drops the bulk of the desires and goes to sannyas, gains the knowledge, gets established in the knowledge and starts doing meditation and all that and gets to liberation, enlightenment. You understand? Therefore, you cannot become a sannyasi directly. Oh, then what about Swami Vivekananda? What about Swami Adi Shankaracharya? So many people, they must have finished their duties in the past. In their past janma. That's why they are comfortable. You understand? At the age of 6 or 8, I don't remember exactly, Adi Shankaracharya is asked by his guru, apparently I am told like this. Who are you? If they ask you, who are you? If they ask me, who am I? What will I say? I will say something else. My name, my this thing, that thing. He's saying, Mano Bodhya Hankara Chittani Naham. What is he saying? I am not the mind. I am not the buddhi. I am not ahankara. I am not the conditioned consciousness. I am not memory. Will you say like this? He's saying, Mano Bodhya Hankara Chittani Naham. Beautiful Atma Shatakam is there. And then he concludes every stanza. Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. I am the Chit Ananda Rupa. Shivoham Shivoham. I am that Shiva. I am that auspiciousness. I am that pure consciousness. He is able to say at the age of 6 or 8 because he has done enough karma yoga in the past. He needs to establish himself in knowledge. So he has come to the guru. So he is fit for sannyas directly. You understand? Therefore he says, but renunciation of Mahabaho is hard to attain without yoga. A sage well established in yoga attains Brahman ere long. The word Brahma can be translated as Brahman, like it is done, or it can be translated as sannyas also. So he becomes a sannyasi. He attains that spirit and then gains the knowledge and attains Brahman. Either way, he proceeds towards the ultimate. Continue.
Yoga yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyah sarva bhutatma bhutatma kurvanna vinalipyate.
He who is united by yoga, yoga, I told you, comes from the root yuj. Yuj means to unite, union, right? He who is united by yoga to the path, to the spirituality through karma yoga and all that, who has purified and conquered the self, right? See, he's talking about one who is united with the ultimate. Or you can take it like this. To the extent you are united, to that extent these results will happen. Okay. To the extent you are doing karma yoga, to that extent also you purify yourself. This purification is happening in everybody. See, there's a very interesting story. A student said, I've been studying and doing for so many years. Nothing has happened, sir. He said, don't worry about all that. Now it's time to do karma, right? And there is no water in that, few buckets. So I am giving you a small basket. Fill water from the neighboring river, fill it up. Then in the evening class, you ask me this question. Okay. And he gave the basket made of those bamboo sticks. So it has a lot of holes. So he's taking that basket, filling and bringing. Before he could come to the buckets, emptied. So he did that for 5-6 times, 10 times. He got fed up. He said, "Hey sir, what is this? क्या हो रहा है? कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है." He said, "No, Abhi, look at the basket. When I gave it to you, it was dirty. Now it's become clean." You understand? So this is what happens. As you move in spiritual field, you may not gain many things. When Swami Vivekananda was asked, what did you gain being in spirituality? He said, I don't know what all I gained, but I can tell you, I lost anger. I lost jealousy. I lost greed. I lost fear. You understand? So this is what happens. You become more and more purified. When you reach the ultimate, you become a jnani, everything is gone totally. Absolutely no fear. I told you yesterday, no? See, the dogs have no bank balance, no home. You understand? The street dogs I'm talking about. They have no bank balance. They have no home. They have nothing. They are living. So a sannyasi also will not have any bank balance. You understand? He has no connections with his friends and family. All gone. You understand? He in fact takes a new name, no? Isn't it? Chinmayananda. They give Vivekananda. Isn't it? So they change the name. Narendra Datta became Swami Vivekananda. Means what? The ego is burnt. All my past is burnt. No bank balance, nothing. What is that? Tremendous confidence in the reality. You understand? So he who made it knew what it needed better than a man like me, says a beautiful poem, Olive Tree. So like that, they have that confidence and they live so vulnerable, and with that confidence, that's how a sannyasi lives, totally purified and conquered the self. He says, Vishuddhatma, Vijitatma, Jitendriyaha. So one who has purified the self, one who has conquered the self, one who has subdued the senses, one who has perfect control over the mind, intellect and the senses. दूसरों को जय से पहले खुद को जय करे. You understand? Now, Swami Mahavira. Who is Swami Mahavira? Vardhaman. Which battle did he conquer? Did he conquer Battle of Panipat? Sonipat? Nothing, right? So, why do we call him Mahavir? सबसे बड़ा कॉन्क्वेस्ट क्या होता है? मन को जिताना, इंद्रियों को जिताना बहुत मुश्किल है, isn't it? किसी और को जिताना थोड़ा आसान है, उसके लिए भी मेहनत करना पड़ता है, लेकिन little easy. You understand? So he says, he has purified the vasanas completely, jnani, sannyasi and yogi to that extent, and conquered the self, the mind, intellect, and subdued his senses, conquered the senses. Subdued senses doesn't mean somehow, denying and frustrating. When he says go, it goes. When he says it's not good for you, don't go, it doesn't go. That's what it means. Who realizes the self as the self in all beings is a beautiful thing. Sarva bhutatma bhutatma. He's now become one with the Atma within, and it is the same Atma that is pulsating in you, me and all of us. So he's become the center in everybody. He's seeing the self in all beings. He's gone beyond caste, creed, color, community, and he's now become one. You understand? So he says, such a person is not tainted, although acting. Kurvan api na lipyate. Even though he is acting, his actions are not tainted by vasanas. You understand? Once a person has liberated, absolutely got the knowledge, from that knowledge angle, no more vasanas are formed. Please understand this. This is explained with a beautiful example. You sow the rice, the grain, it'll germinate. Will it or not? Germinate. But if you roast it and then sow it, will it germinate? When it is roasted in the fire and then you sow it, it won't germinate. Similarly, when your actions are roasted in the fire of knowledge, it will not become vasanas. You understand? As long as it is not roasted in the fire of knowledge, it will germinate vasanas. It will create more and more impressions, vasanas. Are you with me? So therefore he says, such a person who is liberated, who has realized the self, or to the extent you have liberated, to the extent you have become a yogi or a sannyasi, to that extent also your actions do not taint you. You keep dropping the vasanas. Here he is obviously talking about a jnani. Totally drop the vasanas, completely become free from vasanas, and has conquered the mind and intellect and the senses, and is seeing the one self in everybody. He's become the self. Such a person's actions thereafter, he's not acting to find happiness, he's acting out of happiness. The question comes, once I find happiness, why will I act? Have you ever found out a fellow who is so happy, he cannot be quiet, he'll come out. When you get depressed, you go aloof. Is it true or not? You're not interested to take bath. You're not interested to change clothes. You stay alone. All this happens when you're depressed. When you become more cheerful, you come out. India's won against somebody, come out and dance. Or burst crackers. You are spending money and bursting crackers. You understand? So what is happening? You cannot control yourself. Out of happiness, you will act with no motive whatsoever. That's how a jnani functions. It's not that he will not act. That he explains in the next two slokas. We'll chant 8 and 9 together.
Naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manyeta tattvavid Pashyan shrinvan sprishan jigran Ashnan gachan swapan shvasan Pralapan visrijan grindan Unmishan nimishan api Indriyani indriyateshu Vartanta iti dharayan.
Beautiful set of slokas. Now from this sloka number 8 till sloka number 12, the second topic begins. The first topic was yogi, sannyasi, jnani. Yogi rises to become sannyasi, sannyasi rises to become jnani. That we discussed. Now, how each of these people relate to action, how they relate to action. How does a jnani relate to action? How does a sannyasi relate to action? How does a yogi relate to action? That he talks about. So in these two slokas, number 8 and 9, he is talking about how a jnani relates to action. A person who's become Brahman, a person who's found the happiness, how does he act? And the slokas have tongue-twisting words. You understand? So he says, the knower of truth, jnani, united with self, he's become one with Atma, thinks. Thinks means what? It's not that he's sitting and thinking. It is happening naturally. Are you sitting and thinking that you are a woman? That you are a man? Can I say, have you forgotten? You won't. You understand? You won't. A mother who's carrying a baby, she will not even forget that she's pregnant in sleep. She has to be careful how she turns and all that. Is it constantly sitting and thinking? सोच रहा हूं ऐसा होता है क्या? So in that sense, thinks. Jnani is not thinking. Naturally, he knows. What do he know? What does he know? I do nothing at all. I do nothing at all. The body is acting. The mind is acting. The intellect is acting. I explained this yesterday, if you remember. Right? Seeing inaction in action. Seeing action in inaction. The examples we discussed was when a person is traveling in a boat in a river, there are trees on the side of the river, coconut trees, and it appears to you as if the trees are moving. So Adi Shankaracharya says, that person who's sitting, he's thinking the trees are moving. Tell him, see the unmovingness in the so-called moving tree. Okay. Similarly, now your body is acting, but you are thinking you are acting. I'm talking, I'm thinking, I'm talking. Okay. Arey Baba, don't go and tell these things to others. I'm not talking now. My body is talking. Then they'll say, I already had a doubt. It's confirmed now. You understand? These are all things for you to reflect. You understand? So, he thinks, means he knows, and he functions like that. I do nothing at all. Body is doing. It's doing actions according to its nature. You understand? Mind. Similarly, the intellect. You understand? And even sometimes when you are doing nothing, still the body is pertaining to the level of action What do you mean intellect? Atma is always a non-doer. This knowledge he knows. That's the next one. What is that? Seeing inaction in action, I explained. What is seeing action in inaction? When you see a ship in the ocean far away, to you it appears as if it's not moving, but it's moving. So like that, when a person is sitting down, I will not talk to you. Gussa mein hai. You understand? And he's sitting down. I will not talk. Now, inside, itna gussa, sab kuch chal raha hai, but bahar, very quiet. You understand? So it's like that ship which is not moving apparently, but it is moving at a good speed. So like that, see in that person, what? Action in inaction. You understand? So here, this knowledge he is established in. What he spoke about in the 4th chapter, which I explained just now. Therefore, when he is seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, going, sleeping, breathing, speaking, releasing, seizing, opening, closing. Closing means opening and closing of the eyes. He is convinced, he knows, the senses move among the sense objects. I have got nothing to do with it. Electricity is passing through the gadgets. Same electricity. Right? It is passing through refrigerator. Refrigerator has a particular function. It functions. It's passing through air conditioner. It has a particular function. It functions. It's passing through some other gadget. Mixie, grinding. It grinds. Electricity is same. The gadgets, mixie will grind. Mixie will not cool the room. Because that is its nature. You understand? So he says, the senses move among sense objects. I am doing nothing at all. He is sitting, relaxing, while actions are going about. Happily, he performs action. Continue. Now, in the next shloka, he says how a sannyasi relates to action.
Brahmanyadhaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha lipyatena sapapena padmapatramivambasa.
He who dedicating his actions to Brahman. See, in the case of a realized soul, he has become one with Brahman. What is there to dedicate? You understand? So, without dedication and all that, he used the words. He said, he acts knowing that he doesn't do anything. The senses are functioning. That's how a jnani functions. Now, a sannyasi is still not become one with Brahman. You understand? But he's become free from the worldly goals. Are you with me? The higher goals also he doesn't have. He has only one goal. What is that? Realize Brahman. So he says, Brahmani adaya karmani. Means what? He who dedicating his actions to Brahman. For that goal only. Sannyasi means for that goal only he functions. You understand? Acts abandoning attachment. He acts in the world. Whatever a sannyasi is supposed to do, whatever the obligatory duties are there for the sannyasi, he does that. He doesn't sit down. See, if you rest, you will rust. Nobody should rest. In fact, Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, Nahi kaschit shanam api jatu tishtatya karma krit karyate hyavashak karma sarva prakriti jair gunahi. None can remain without action even for a moment. You will die. You understand? Any part of your body, if it is not put to use, it will die. There was a time when we used to remember all the phone numbers. The memory was alive. Now everything is stored. We forget. You understand? If you rest, you will rust. So, sannyasi also acts. But not like you and me running around extrovertedly. So he says, acts abandoning attachment. Without attachment. He functions in doing his obligatory duties as a sannyasi. Such a person is not tainted by sin. Sin means agitation, which comes from desires and vasanas. He is peaceful. He compares such a person to a lotus leaf by water. Padma patra ivambasa. Beautiful, shloka. Padma patra ivambasa means like a lotus leaf. Lotus leaf has a greasy surface. It is born in water, lives in water, dies in water. It has nothing to do with water. You understand? Like that, he lives here. Sannyasi also lives. Even if he goes to Rishikesh, we don't leave him peacefully. We all go there. So he said, let me climb a little more. Uttarkashi, wahan bhi pahunch jayega. You understand? We don't want to leave him anywhere. So where can he go? Wherever he goes within the world. But he functions without attachment. Therefore, no agitation. He functions like a lotus leaf in water, mercury on paper, no sticking business. What he has to do, he does and moves. Does, moves, does, moves. You understand? Going on, focusing, gaining the knowledge. Now, how does a yogi relate to action? This is more important for you and me. You understand? Let's see that. Next sloka.
कायेन मनसा बुद्ध्या केवलैरिन्द्रियैरपि योगिनः कर्म कुर्वन्ति सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा शुद्धये.
So, kayena means body, right? And then manasa, mind. So he says, the yogis, the karma yogis, abandon attachment, having abandoned attachment to the fruit, perform action merely by the senses, body, mind and intellect. For what purpose? Chitta shuddhi, self-purification. Remember, a yogi acts for chitta shuddhi. After chitta shuddhi, you start acting for Brahman. Then you become Brahman. You understand? So yogi is acting for chitta shuddhi, self-development, self-purification. So much of nonsense is inside us. So much of jealousy, greed, agitation, fear. Everything is there. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, bhaya. All these things, all this mala has to go. Understand? For that purpose, he dedicates action for a higher goal. When he functions for a higher goal, he has to act using the body, the senses, the mind, intellect, everything. But for what purpose? Chitta shuddhi, self-development. So yogi's goal is self-development. Sannyasi's goal is self-realization. You understand? And Jnani's goal? Jnani has no goal. He's reached. Doesn't mean that he will stop acting. I told you. Having reached the goal, he will happily act. So this is how a Jnani, a Sannyasi, a yogi relates to action.